Hi Sagittarius, this is Honey Moth Tarot, and today I'm going to be doing your September full moon reading. So depending on where you are in the world, the full moon will have already happened around the 17th, 18th of September. But I personally find that the energy kind of like lingers for a couple of days afterwards, maybe even a week. This particular full moon is like something to pay attention to because it's a partial lunar eclipse and it's also a super moon. So the energy is like really potent at this time. The full moon was also in the sign of Pisces, and because Pisces is ruled by Neptune, that means that there's an emphasis on creativity, imagination, daydreaming, maybe having like super vivid dreams at this time. But yeah, because of the Piscean energy, it's just a very like spiritual, intuitive time. Alright, let's get into this reading. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for September 2024. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, so both water energy, so you could be dealing with the water signs, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. I feel like this is calling you to kind of balance moments from where you kind of allow yourself to feel the more like negative emotions versus like feeling gratitude. So you may be kind of like leaning towards a more negative, pessimistic mindset, and I think you're being called to kind of have a bit more optimism, a bit more faith that things will get better, and to also kind of take like a couple of minutes each day, or at least like more often than you're perhaps doing, to kind of be a bit more grateful for the things that you do have and the things that are going well. Okay, so that came out reversed, which is interesting. Maybe seeing the number 11 a lot because we've got two 11s here. Yeah, there's some sort of like imbalance that I'm getting, that you're being called to like balance out a bit more. And I do feel like, because I am also a Sagittarius, and I do feel like fire signs, we do tend to kind of be a bit more impulsive. We tend to kind of, we can be a bit extreme in behaviour. Body, mind. Yeah, so I feel like you may be like in your head at this time rather than feeling more grounded in reality. Which, to be honest, it's kind of expected during the Pisces moon. Because as I was saying, you're kind of more likely to daydream. And then we've got the Counselor. Also more water energy. I would say that the advice then for you to kind of get out of your own head and more into this mindset of gratitude is to kind of perhaps share these problems with someone, whether it is a professional or whether it is a family or family member or a friend. But kind of like sharing these thoughts with people so they don't feel so like overwhelming. I also got the phrase adapting to emotional cleansing. So perhaps you're kind of a person that doesn't really like to talk about your problems with other people. You kind of prefer to isolate yourself and deal with your problems on your own. And I think the phrase adapting to emotional cleansing is you kind of gradually sharing your emotions with others, letting people in, allowing them to like heal you so you don't feel so like alone in this. But you just have to kind of try and be patient with yourself and you know, try and take baby steps to let people in. We did also just get these two out. Yeah, I'd say the baby steps are like the acorns that are being planted. You know, like you planting the seeds in order to be able to feel more connected to others by like gradually sharing with other people, gradually letting people in, being a bit more emotionally vulnerable. And then we've got the Six of Air. This may be like quite specific, but I'm going to say it anyway. You may have like health anxiety. Just because the symbol here is reminding me of like the medical symbol. I can't really remember like the actual term for it. And I also feel like as well, like being as this card is split down the middle, so we've got half black and half white, there may be like a tendency to see things in a black and white way. But I think with the fact that we've got like more colour coming towards like the centre of the card, I think you're being able to you're more able to see like nuance in a situation, and that like the bad things or like the more pessimistic thoughts aren't necessarily like, I just feel like you're not catastrophizing as much. And you are like being a bit more grateful for the things that are going well. And then I want to say as well, because she's got her hand like on her heart and then there's like an actual heart there, that as I said, you are being more emotionally vulnerable, you are letting people in. Anything else for Sagittarius for September? Sagittarius for September. We've got the Five of Cups. Yeah, there's like this this tendency to isolate. deal with problems on your own. Which, I mean, as you do kind of take these baby steps, you may have like, you know, it's not going to be like a change that happens overnight. So you may very well have like moments where you are very down on yourself and you do kind of isolate and sort of spiral and give into these like depressive, pessimistic thoughts. But I think as long as you get back on the horse, like, just try and be compassionate with yourself and, you know, and be conscious that the first step in kind of changing a behaviour that we may not necessarily like, or it may not necessarily be healthy, the first step is acknowledging that. And you have to remember that you are trying. I'm just noticing too, there's like a starfish on this card and a starfish on the other card. So personally, I kind of like see starfish as being quite adaptable in the sense that they can be on land and they can be like in the sea. And I would say that that is you kind of teetering and gradually finding that balance between like being grounded, being on land versus being in the sea, you know, with that emotional healing. Alright, anything else for Sagittarius for September? And then we'll get them an oracle card. Sagittarius. Take this one. Six of Cups. Yeah, this is you being more emotionally vulnerable by letting people in. And in turn, like, offering your heart to others. I think this is trust. And this is starfish again. It may be worth like having a look as to what the spiritual meaning is behind starfish, because I'm not personally sure. It's not really an animal that I've kind of resonated with, but it may be worth just having a look, because it may mean something to you. Alright, let me get you guys an oracle card. Oracle card for Sagittarius for September. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Thank you. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Nice. Looking at the bigger picture. Yeah, I would say that this is you seeing nuance and not seeing things in such a black and white way, and realising that there's not just one path, that there's many avenues and many options. And that you do have a choice in the way that you feel and the way that you do react to things. Alright, Sagittarius. This was quite like a, I want to say strenuous reading. But I do think there's a lot of hope here. You just have to trust yourself, you know? And this emotional vulnerability, I think it will be really beneficial for you because, well, I feel like there's just a lot of a lot of love around you. You just need to let it in. Alright, Sagittarius, thank you for watching and I'll see you soon. Bye.